Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here with the head of the WBC, Mr. Mauricio Sulaiman. This is fight week, of course. Miguel Cotto versus Canelo Alvarez, a fight that's really being watched throughout the whole boxing world with it. Some news coming out though yesterday, you guys stripping Miguel Cotto of the title. For those fans that are asking about the situation, how it came about, why it came about, give us your guys' reasoning as to why you guys decided to do that.
Well, I would say that, first of all, the wording is not correct. I would say he relinquished the title in a way because the WBC rules and regulations are clear, and there was no agreement for them to follow the rules and regulations, so they opted to not continue as WBC champion. We are very satisfied that we worked for 2 years to get Cotto and Canelo into the ring. We participated actively since Cotto beat Martinez and Marco Antonio Rubio and the Golovkin, everything. We've been involved very heavily to make this fight happen, and we only care that Saturday night the fans will have a great fight.
When you mentioned the rules and regulations, Cotto brought up that he wasn't really happy with the sanctioning fees, that they totaled up to close to 1.1 million. For those fans asking, why is there sanctioning fees? Give your take, your position as the head of the WBC, as why you guys have those in place.
Well, first of all, that's a completely inaccurate figure. I will not get involved in discussions. Basically, the sanction fees are posted in the WBC webpage. It's 3% of the total earnings of each fighter, and we capped it at 300,000. So we are helping the fighter, not having to pay because they're going to make much more than that. So they decide not to abide by that. It's okay. We respect that. We wish him the best of luck. He has been an icon in boxing, and we just stay with the fight, and it's going to be a great fight. If Canelo wins, he will be the WBC champion.
Now, in terms of the future, if Cotto were, I guess, to fight again, or say this Golovkin fight happens, what's the status with a title being on the line?
I don't know. It's more up to Cotto. We don't hold any situation. The sport suffered. I think there was no need for any of this happening right now. But I will get if I can get the opportunity to explain what the sanction fees are, it will be great, because we have...
You got time, dude. I'm curious. Yeah.
We have 50 employees, staff. In Mexico City, we have many around the world. We have operations around the world. We have to pay rent. We have communications. We have automobiles. You can ask any person who has ever dealt with the WBC. What is it that we do? We have medical seminars, we have medical research. With the UCLA, we do anti-doping research. We spend money in anti-doping, in awareness programs, in WBC cares programs, in helping so many fighters in need from the past, and anyone from the boxing community. So our books are completely open, they're completely available. We present to the IRS in the United States every year the forms, and everything is clear. We present to the boxing commissions of the United States the fees that are collected from each fight. It's called the disclosure form. So we're completely open, and we have nothing to hide. All to the contrary, this is a great opportunity to let us know, or have the fans know, what is it that the sanction fees do.
Did it take you by surprise that he didn't want to go ahead and participate with everything, and not wanting to pay the 300K and then the 800 to Golovkin?
Well, anything having to do with the step aside with K2 and Rock Nation is confidential information. I cannot disclose anything about that. It's a confidential. But it took me by surprise, because it's the rules, the regulations, it's known. And but going back, I only care for the fight. It's going to be a great fight, and I wish both the best of luck.
On one last thing. When a fan that hears this and doesn't really know too much about boxing, and they first hear it and they kind of question, like, well, wait a second, why does a fighter need to have to pay to fight for a belt? What would you say to them that would go up to you as a fan and not really knowing a lot and be like, hey, this doesn't kind of seem fair for a fighter to fight, to pay money for a fight for a title?
Okay, the boxing is the only sport that the governing body does not control the business aspect. In the NFL, the NBA, any other sport, the league controls. They sell the franchises, they control the TV rights and the sponsorship rights. In boxing, we are only a governing body, that we do the medical and the administration of the sport. And that is the money that is used to administer the sport, and is used to give back. Every single cent that comes into the WBC goes back to the sport of boxing.
Mauricio, I know you're on short time. Thank you so much
you
for
so
that
much.
clarification.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Here with Mauricio Sulaiman, of course, the head of the WBC, Marcos Villegas here in Las Vegas, Nevada.